How do you turn your friend into a lover? The most important significant thing about turning your friend into your lover is that they recognize and they feel, and you're able to communicate that nothing changes about your friendship regardless of whether they accept your offer or they don't accept your offer. And that there is no hurry, and that you must genuinely communicate that the foundation of your relationship is your friendship. And that's what I want to show you on today's video. I want you to pay attention to this video. If you want to know how to turn your friend into a lover, or if you have a friend whom you like, admire, and adore, and you want to make it more significant in the sexual manner. And how I define that is very important. I'll go over that. My agenda for this video is I want to show you why is it better that you communicate your sexual affectation with that person, despite there being a true friend, a real friend. And actually, I'll show you why it's even better. Number two is what it sounds like. I'm going to have you use your own words and use your own manners of speaking, but I want to show you what I sound like when I would say it, what I would say, so you can get a gleam of it and get some inspiration. Number three is how you would facilitate a more significant relationship based fundamentally on a friendship, a genuine one and a wholesome one. I'm Rowan John. I'm an open relationships expert with 13 plus years of experience in dating and relationships consulting. I'm the head trainer at Great Relationships University, and I have the top Tantra therapy business in Las Vegas. Before I go over the training, I like to separate this video in several parts. I go over the training. I'm going to train you on those 3 parts that I promised. And I'm also going to give you at the end of this video a call to action on what stuff you can do, the things you can do so that you can improve your skills and you can take on the action on this video, because knowledge which you don't put into action is not giving you any power. In fact, I think it was Yoda that once said that to know and not do is to not know. To know things, to enlighten yourself and not put into practice is to not enlighten yourself. So let me first before I go over that, let me go over our sponsor for this video. Our sponsor for this video is a BlockFi, an amazing and incredible company, an incredibly secure company which I've been using for a while, in which I've partnered with them because I love them so much. It's a company which you can hold your dollars. Think of it as a savings account, which is an app on your phone, which they can hold your dollars and they can hold your Bitcoin. And you can buy Bitcoin with your dollars, or you can trade your Bitcoin into dollars, and you could even get a loan against your Bitcoin, which is a non-taxable event. As we all know that the money you make with your Bitcoin, you can't, it's a taxable event when you withdraw it, but when you borrow against it, it's a non-taxable event. It's a fantastic way to use the Bitcoin without using the Bitcoin. They just came out with a credit card which gives you 1.5% cash back in Bitcoin. When you sign up, you depending on how much you spend, you get a $250 cash back in return as becoming a new member of the credit card. And you can get on the waiting list for the credit card when you sign up with the link I provided below this video. So let's begin with the training. Number 1, why is it better for you to communicate your sexual affection, sexual desire for your friend whom you truly consider as a friend? And that's the important thing. The most important thing is that you truly consider them as a friend, that you're not just going out there and befriending people so that you can have sex with them. That this video is solely for the person who has a genuine friend. Perhaps it's your best friend that you haven't had the courage or the know-how or the skill set to be able to come up and communicate with them and say, hey, there's something I'd like to communicate with you. And you like to communicate with them your affection. I'll show you what it sounds like. My saying it, what would I say if it were my case? But first, I want to show you why it's better. I want to communicate to you that it is better to communicate with your friend. It's because they trust you and you trust them. And the most amazing fundamental premise of any relationship is a genuine friendship. There is no better relationship. And the important thing you need to know, and that you need to communicate with them, and they need to feel and know genuinely, is that there is no hurry. That they're not going to be obligated to the response that they would like, whether they deny or approve or accept your offer of your sexual affection. That nothing changes, and that you must be able to communicate that using words. And you must be able to manage expectations that nothing truly changes about your friendship, and that the friendship is the most important thing to you. And here's the most important thing that you have to recognize. And once you appreciate this, to appreciate is to grok, it's to understand. Once you truly appreciate this, they will feel it from you, and they will feel your genuine offer, and they will feel more comfortable and confident about your communication. And that is this. It is that the reason that people don't take their friendships into sexual relationships is because they fear that the friendship will change. I want you to really pay attention to that. The only reason why, despite you're being best friends with someone who is just your type, they're the kind of man or woman that you like, or they probably like you because they're probably your type. You're probably their type. Why is it that they don't take it any further into a sexual realm is because they fear that the friendship will change. If they don't have that fear, if you can remove that fear from them, they will happily and gladly and harmoniously become sexual friends with you, and perhaps even become more significant as to become best sexual friends with you. So let me now go over number 2, what it sounds like. If I were to have a friend, and I have many, if I were to have a friend whom I would like to communicate to take that relationship into a sexual realm while they're knowing that there is no hurry, there is no rush, and that nothing changes about the relationship, the friendship, despite my affection for them, here's what it would sound like. And I want to break it down in a way that has a format to it. But let me show you what it sounds like first. This is completely off the cuff, so it's not going to be exactly what I would say, but it's what I would say at the moment that I'm thinking about it now. Let's say I have a friend. Let's say her name was Shayna. Hey Shayna, I just wanted to communicate with you something. I wanted to tell you something. You're my friend, and we've been incredible friends, and I love and cherish and adore you as a friend. I think you are an absolutely amazing friend, and I truly see our relationship as an amazing friendship. And I'd like to communicate with you my incredible desire for you, because I think you're incredibly yummy, and that I am a man, and I see you're a woman, and you're yummy. And that's a fantastic arrangement. And the most important thing that I'd like for you to know, Shayna, is that despite my communicating my affection to you, that I would like you to know that nothing changes despite the fact. There's genuinely no hurry of whether you would accept my offer or not. I want to make you the offer that if you would like, or if you'd feel like it, I would love to know if you would love to go into this, if you would like to take our relationship into a more sexual realm, sexual significance. If not, no worries. I want you to know that I would never fuck you over, but I would gladly fuck you over and over. And that truly, genuinely, and I mean this with all my heart, that nothing changes, and it just happens to be that you are my type, and I find you incredibly yummy, and that I love that we're already friends. That I would want to be sexual with someone who I wouldn't consider as a friend, preferably someone who is my friend, whom I in fact like, admire, and adore, and find sexually yummy. That is my ideal lover. I would like you to consider it and get back to me when you're ready, when you would like to engage in it. But otherwise, I truly mean it when I want to keep our friendship genuine and nothing changes at all. And in fact, I want to take it further, that even if we were already lovers, if we were significant in a sexual manner, I want you to recognize that nothing changes about our friendship. In fact, I want you to recognize that if you, for example, were to look for a man and you find another man yummy, or a woman yummy, whatever the case is, whatever your type is, if you find them yummy, I would actually insist that you go after them. In fact, I would help you go after them. And I would never sabotage our relationship. I would, in fact, help you live the biggest life that you can, pursue the things that you would like, and help you get with people in a sexual manner, even people you like, admire, and adore, and you find yummy. And I'll leave it at that. And then you continue on the conversation. The only reason things become awkward, I want you to remember this. The only reason things are awkward is because you make them awkward. And I cringe at people in movies, and I recognize that it's theater, but I cringe at people that in the movies where they propose their love to another person and then they make it awkward after the fact. And the only thing that makes things awkward is you're making it awkward. If you're not awkward about anything you say, you could say it genuinely, and mean it genuinely, and it not being awkward. This is especially true for men, because women have evolved to follow your lead, and the feminine individual has evolved to follow your lead. If you think you are awkward, if you feel you're awkward, they will be awkward about it. If you feel confident about what you're saying, they will feel confident about what you are saying. So number 3, how to facilitate it. The most important thing about your facilitating this relationship is that you must genuinely believe and see it as your relationship is founded on a friendship, in that if whether or not it becomes a sexually significant relationship, nothing changes about your friendship. This is important, and you mean it when you say that you insist that when they find someone who they like, admire, and adore, maybe even marry, maybe even become monogamous with, that you would help them with that. That is what a genuine friend is. And you must mean that. And how you facilitate that, I've explained it before, is that never be awkward about it. The only thing that makes things awkward is you're making it awkward. If you're completely comfortable about it, if you're completely comfortable about your sexuality, your primalness, and your genuine adoration and respect for that person, it will come off and they will feel it. And here's the most important thing. Only when they feel you mean what you say, that you're genuine about what you just said to them, will they feel comfortable and may even consider taking things to the next level in a sexual manner. Now, what you've heard me say, I want to break it down. What I've iterated with that person, my friend, is I've iterated that the foundation of our relationship is a friendship, that nothing changes despite the fact that I am a man and they are a woman, or whatever the case is, that if you are a woman into a woman, they are a woman and you are into women, and you just happen to find them incredibly yummy. Or if you are a man into a man, you find them yummy and they're just your type, and you would just like to communicate with them, make them the offer that you would never fuck them over, but you would gladly fuck them over and over. It's a cheeky way, a silly, witty but silly way to communicate that you would never fuck them over, that you would never betray them as a friend. You would never betray them as a friend, that you are genuinely friends with them. And the last thing that I did communicate is that I future-paced them. I showed them what it looks like in the future, where, for example, they were to find someone who they would like to be their hubby or their wife. I would never be in the way. I would be genuine friends. I would even encourage them to find that person. Not what you think. All right. So that's my training for today. Hopefully you got that. Here's what we went over. I'm going to give you the call to action, what you should do so you can bring this into fruition into your life and into your relationships. But here's what we went over. Number 1 is it's better to communicate your affection with your best friend, because it's likely the case that they're probably into you as well. And the only reason that people don't take their friendships into the sexual realm, a sexual significance, is because they don't want to lose the friendships. But when you can, the friendship relationship, that's the most important thing to them. If you can communicate with them that your basis of the relationship is friendship and that nothing changes after the fact, they will be completely comfortable considering that offer. Number two is I'll give you an example of what it sounds like. And while you will not use my words, because you can't use my words, you are not me, you will use your words in your manner. And I broke it down into 4 parts. Number one, communicate that the friendship is the most important thing, that they are your type, therefore you find them yummy, and you would like to give them the offer of making the relationship more significant in the sexual realm, that there is truly no hurry, and that your future pace them, and that you would show them what it looks like in the future, where they, for example, as a genuine friend, if they were to find someone who they would like as a exclusive relationship or whatever the case is that they're looking for in the moment, that you would support them and in fact help them. And here's my call to action for you today. Before I give you the call to action, I do want you to visit BlockFi. Check them out. It's an amazing company where it's essentially your savings account where you store your Bitcoin. You can buy Bitcoin, you can trade Bitcoin into dollars, or you can get a loan against your Bitcoin and use their credit card, which gives you 1.5% cash back. And any Bitcoin you have with BlockFi in a savings account, you get 6 to 8% return every month and every year. It's an amazing, amazing company. Bitcoin is just an incredible, the most powerful form of money, the most strongest form and most fungible form of money ever created. And it's becoming more and more significant today. It's going to be very significant in the future. My call to action for you today are 3 parts. Number one, I want you to affirm to yourself that the only validation you require, the only validation you require is the results of your decisions. You don't require the validation of any other people, especially you don't give value to any opinion of people who you don't know, nor like, nor admire. This is the essence of a free-willing, free-thinking individual. I want you to affirm yourself that. Number 2, I want you to get the book. The cover's actually changed. It's not actually the cover. Relationships 101 by Ron John on Amazon. Search for it. Relationships 101 by Ron John, Ronejoh. And it will tell you how relationships have come to be. And it will show you how to open relationships. And the other thing I want you to visit, the other resource that will help you tremendously, is Great Relationships University. It's an online course with 12 plus hours of training, really a lot of hours of video on-demand training. It will help you communicate better, have better relationships, manage relationships better, have social dynamic skills, and your psychology of enlightenment and success. And number 3 is I want you to, if you have a relationship right now who you consider as significant, I want you to pace and lead. I want you to communicate how you feel with them. That you find them yummy and attractive and sexual, that nothing truly will change and there is no hurry, and that you will help them in the future, that you find them attractive. Pace the reality. Tell them what the reality currently is right now. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to lead and manage expectations. That in the future, if they were, for example, find someone who they find yummy and attractive, that you would be a genuine friend and support them. And you would not be a dick. You would not be a douchebag. You will not be an asshole just because you've already been in bed with them. That nothing truly changes about your friendship. If you have any questions about that, leave it in the comments below or send me a message. If you have any comments, I would love to hear them. Leave me a comment below what you think about this, what you think about, and maybe even perhaps tag your friend. And let me know in the comments what it would sound like if you were to communicate with a friend, your affection with them, or if you have any challenges about that. And I want you to share this video with other people. They might find value in it. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe, and I will talk to you on tomorrow's video. Bye.